There's a moment during the night shift when you realize something very simple. If something goes wrong, no one is coming to help. Not because the police are far away, but because no one would believe you. Around 2 in the morning, a 24-hour convenience store stops feeling like a store. It turns into a sealed room filled with artificial light and sounds that never rest. The refrigerators hum non-stop, the fluorescent lamps buzz faintly, and every noise feels louder because nothing else is happening. I had been working night shifts for about 3 months. By then, the silence didn't scare me anymore. At least not consciously. At 2:17 a.m., the entrance door opens. I hear the familiar chime above the door and look up. A customer walks in. A man, average height, dark jacket, hood partially up. His face is normal. So normal that my brain doesn't bother holding on to the details. He doesn't look around, doesn't glance at the cameras. He walks straight to the counter. Marlboro Reds, he says. His voice is calm, clear, alive. I grab the pack, scan it, and tell him the price. He pulls out cash and places a bill on the counter. When I pick it up, his fingers brush mine. Warm, real. Nothing about the interaction feels strange. No ruse, no tensión. Just another late-night transaction. He takes the cigarettes, gives a short nod, and walks out. The door closes behind him. The chime fades. Only then do I notice something odd. I can't remember his face. Not in a dramatic way. Not like panic. Just a blank space where details should be. A few minutes later, out of pure boredom, I turn toward the security monitor. Watching the cameras is something my hands do automatically during the night. I rewind the footage to 2:17 a.m., and that's when my stomach tightens. On the screen, the entrance door opens. By itself. No person. No shadow. No reflection. Just the door slowly swinging inward. I keep watching. The camera shows me standing behind the counter, reaching forward. And in my hand, money appears. Out of nowhere. My chest feels cold as the realization settles in, because I know exactly what I experienced. I spoke to someone. I touched his hand. I heard his voice. But according to the cameras, I was alone the entire time. For a few seconds, I just stand there, staring at the monitor. My brain starts doing what it always does when reality cracks a little. It looks for the fastest explanation that lets me keep functioning. Camera glitch. Frame drop. Bad angle. I rewind again. 2:16 and 50 seconds a.m. The store is empty. 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 3 seconds. The door opens. No one enters. The door doesn't swing wide like someone pushed it. It opens slowly, almost carefully, like it's being held. Then I see myself on the screen. Lifting my head, speaking, reaching under the counter. I watch my own hand take money that doesn't exist yet. 5 seconds later, the cash is already in the register. I pause the video. My fingers are shaking now. Not visibly, but enough that I notice it. I feel that tight pressure behind my eyes, the kind you get when your body is preparing for adrenaline and hasn't decided what to do with it yet. I look down at the counter. The cigarettes are gone. I check the receipt log. 2:17 a.m., Marlboro Reds, cash. The register is correct. The inventory is correct. Only the cameras say otherwise. I tell myself the same thing every night worker tells themselves. Don't think too hard about it. I walk to the door and lock it manually, even though it's not protocol. The street outside is empty. The orange streetlights hum in the drizzle, reflecting off wet asphalt. No footsteps. No silhouettes. No movement. Just the sound of traffic far away. When I return behind the counter, I feel something new. Not fear. Awareness. Like the room is paying attention now. I sit down, trying to slow my breathing, when I notice the security monitor hasn't returned to live view. It's frozen on a frame. Me, standing at the counter, looking directly toward the entrance. But the timestamp is wrong. 2:24 a.m. That time hasn't happened yet. I check my phone. 2:21 a.m. The monitor flickers. The frozen frame changes. Now I'm still at the counter, but my head is tilted slightly, like I'm listening to something. I wasn't doing that. I reach toward the monitor controls, and the screen instantly snaps back to live feed. Empty store. Normal lighting. Normal silence. My heart is beating harder now, because I know what paranoia feels like. I've had anxiety before. I know how the mind invents patterns. But this wasn't my imagination. The camera showed me reacting to something that hadn't happened yet. I spend the next hour doing everything I can to stay busy. Cleaning the counter. Reorganizing shelves that don't need it. Avoiding the cameras as much as possible. At 3:06 a.m., the door chime rings again. I look up immediately. The door opens. This time I see no one. But the air changes. The subtle. Like when a refrigerator kicks on and you feel the temperature shift. The space in front of the counter feels occupied, even though it's empty. I swallow. Hello, I say before I can stop myself. The word feels stupid the moment it leaves my mouth. Nothing answers. Then the register drawer opens. By itself. And I hear a sound that doesn't come from the speakers or the fridge or the street outside. A quiet exhale. Right in front of me. By now my nerves are stretched thin. Every small noise, the hum of the fridge, the dripping of the AC, the soft buzz of the neon sign outside, feels amplified. I can't sit still. My eyes dart to the monitor every 30 seconds. 2:52 a.m. The door chime rings. I freeze. No footsteps. No movement. Just the sound of the bell. I stand, moving toward the entrance. Cautious. Empty hallway. Nothing. I turn back. The monitor flickers. Frame by frame, I watch myself appear behind the counter. Not standing normally, not moving as I am. Leaning forward slightly, tilting my head like I'm listening to something I can't hear. The timestamp reads 2:54 a.m. I check my watch. 2:52 a.m. My pulse spikes. The store feels different. Thicker. Denser. Like the air itself is aware. I try to rationalize. Technical glitch. Reflection. Maybe a prank. But my instincts scream otherwise. I grab the phone, no signal. The landline? Dead. I'm alone. Or at least I should be. I force myself to breathe. 1, 2, 3. I walk toward the counter. The monitor flickers again. This time the image freezes. Not on me, on the register drawer. Slowly, impossibly, it opens. The money inside slides out on its own, clinking faintly against the metal. I reach to touch it. Nothing. My hand passes through empty air. Then I hear it. A whisper. Soft. Human. Yet not. Says my name. Clear. Personal. I step back. Heart pounding. Every instinct screaming to leave. I want to turn the cameras off. I want to shut the lights, grab my coat, run out into the street. But something pins me in place. The voice continues. Not words this time. More like a rhythm, a cadence I recognize from my own speech patterns. My own intonations. I glance at the monitor. My reflection in the glass, the counter, the air, all mirrored. But not exactly me. Is there, mimicking me, anticipating me. I can't move. The room tightens around me. The lights flicker. The chime rings again, though I haven't touched the door. The whisper, now a soft exhale, right beside my ear. I spin around. Empty. And the money, it's gone. The air is still. The store silent. I sit behind the counter, trembling, trying to make sense. The monitor clicks back to live. Empty store. Timestamp reads 3:01 a.m. But I know what I saw. And I know what I heard. And I know I'm not alone. I stared at the monitor, unable to blink. The money still rested in my hands, cold and tangible. My pulse thundered in my ears, louder than the hum of the fluorescent lights. Every instinct screamed that something was horribly wrong. I slowly turned toward the store entrance. The door was closed. Empty. A shiver crawled up my spine as a whisper brushed past my ear. I froze. There was no one there. The air felt heavier, like it carried someone's presence. I stepped closer to the counter, and the shadow in the corner seemed to stretch, bending impossibly, almost reaching toward me. The coins jingled faintly in my pocket. I hadn't moved. The cigarette pack I had just bagged lay on the counter, its wrapper slightly fluttered, as if exhaled by an invisible breath. Then the screen flickered. On the surveillance footage, the entrance door swung open on its own. A figure appeared for an instant, pale and blurred, reaching for the counter. But the moment I lifted my eyes, the store was empty. No footsteps. No reflection. No sign of anyone. I dropped the money onto the counter. It slid slightly, as though nudged by something unseen. My hands trembled uncontrollably. Every nerve screamed at me to leave. I fled to the back room, grabbed my coat, and ran outside. The parking lot was silent. The streetlights flickered above. Not a soul in sight. I glanced back at the store. The door slowly creaked open and closed. I swear I saw a silhouette, barely perceptible, standing behind the glass, watching, patient, knowing. I never returned to that night shift. But sometimes, late at night, I swear I hear the chime of the entrance door, the soft rustle of a pack of cigarettes, and the faint whisper of my name, carried on air that shouldn't exist.